It's the 5th Democracy Day celebration in the month of June, a day set aside to remind Nigerians of a day regarded as one where the freest election was conducted. It marks the beginning of the longest continuous civilian rule since Nigeria's independence from colonial rule in 1960. Commemorating the day, however, guests and speakers converge on Channels Television to discuss security concerns. On hand is the highest-ranking military officer of the Nigerian Armed Forces, General Loki Rabo, who speaks on efforts by the military to protect Nigeria in spite of attacks across the country.
Just only the same week, you are talking about the war incident. In Kano, for example, given the intelligence available to defense and security agencies, we were able to botch what would have been the most catastrophic incidents within our country. And in that operation, we indeed recovered IEDs, that is improvised explosive devices making materials. We recovered large quantum of arms and ammunition and other materials which, of course, the criminals were intending to use in various parts of the country, including Abuja.
Other security experts at the event speak on intelligence-based policing, risk assessment, and solutions to insecurity.
Between 2009 to about 2014, this pattern was very common. That was at the beginning, following the death of Mohammed Yusuf, when Boko Haram went all out violent. This was their initial modus operandi. We could see it as a resurgence of an old tactics, And so perhaps what we did then to curb that before they changed tactics, we will have to revisit that and see how to also deal with it decisively this time around.
The police cannot be everywhere at the same time. They may not understand the internal operations of some of these criminals in those locations. They need the involvement of the communities in policing those communities. And that's about community policing and even state police. That's all well and good.
The porous borders that we have, issues, conflict that is happening in the Sahel. And by the way, Sahel is now the new kind of war zone of the world. Our judicial system that unfortunately fails to arrest and punish offenders. People commit offenses and they're able to get away with it. And then, of course, our schools.
Nigeria is an agrarian nation. However, incidents of killing in farms has made many to abandon food production, but experts say this can be avoided.
There's a need for concerted effort towards behavioral change. Nigerians are it's there, right there in our culture, in our music, on Instagram, on social media. Everything points to an ostentatious culture, a culture that is pushing for look at wealth, look at all the trappings of wealth without any explanation for where this wealth is coming from. I do think that the government, national orientation agencies, civil society organizations, all of us need to do a concerted push.
Now, with climate smart agriculture, it does not have to move its cow from Kano, Katsina, Jigawa, or wherever to any place. There are now creative innovations that allows it to grow the food that the cows will eat year-round. The same thing, that is part of growing more food with less land and less inputs.
A debate driven by reason and purpose. Reason to understand what the issues bedeviling the nation are, and purpose to chart a way to bring about the much-needed peace.